What's up, everybody? It's Brett coming at you live today with a game from the No Top 16 tournament. Today we got Rob versus, let's see, who is he playing? Joe. Let's see if I can get them to reorganize the map a little bit. So for those of you guys that aren't following this tournament, there's basically a big list of all the cards that made the top 16 at Worlds. And they're all banned for this tournament. So that means no hunters. A lot of the smuggler cards are not allowed. No on the land. And a lot of like your basic take initiative, negation, planning, all that stuff's banned. All the figures, weak weight pirates are banned. Rangers, Han, Vader, Jets, all that stuff. So it's showcasing a lot of the units that don't see the table very often. Some strong contenders that were legal for this tournament. Palpatine, obviously, is a good figure that didn't make the top 16. Ugnaughts are very strong. And they didn't make the top 16. In fact, there is a rule in this tournament that you can't bring a whole Ugnaught swarm because that's a legit list and nobody took it to the top 16, but you could easily put together a top tier list with 6 Ugnaughts, so it's limited to 2 regulars and 1 elite if you are bringing Ugnaughts. What else? I think no temporary alliance for mercenaries, but you are allowed to bring temporary alliance for Imperials. Here we see both players with Imperial lists, and both of them are pulling figures from mercenaries with temporary alliance. Let's see, who's playing here? I think Rob's playing the Maul list. They're both playing Palpatine. Like I said, I think he's a legit good figure, so it's not surprising that he's popular in this tournament. Yeah, he's pulled in Maul and Shyla, so he has some serious in-your-face melee presence. Shyla can pull figures into Maul's range, so he can get that cleave off. She can manipulate figures' positions for Palpatine to get his Force Lightning off. So there are definitely some tricks. He's also playing the Grand Inquisitor, who's another one of those types of in-your-face melee figures. On the other side, we have a Royal Guard champion list, who doesn't see much play, but he's a really fun character. And it looks like Joe is running the Palpatine Ugnaughts. Probably, this might be a little cheesy, but with Palpatine, you can ping a damage on a junk droid to kill it, and that will activate the Royal Guard Champion's Executor ability, which, if you can see here, it says, when a friendly figure within 3 spaces is defeated, you can move up to 2 spaces and perform an attack once per round. So once per round, Palpatine can kill a junk droid and get the Royal Guard Champion a free attack. That's pretty useful. And right now you can see the Royal Guard Champion's activating. He's taking a swing at Shyla. And a big roll there, 6 damage and a surge showing. He does have some... Well, the surge is going to get blocked, actually, because of Shyla's built-in evade. But he does have some strong surges between +2, Pierce 2, and Bleed. So He's a good attacker. He has brutality as well. He'd be a lot better if he had reach, but he rolls black, yellow, or black and white defense. Yeah, he's just an overall fun figure. Yeah, let's check his stats. 13 health is not great, but he does have 6 speed and rolls black-white defense. And he rolls pretty good attack pool. That's good enough for 5 damage onto the Shyla, so about almost half of her health. Still not 100% sure who's playing whom. Rob's Palpatine looks like he's activating. I assume that Rob's is this top one. I'm not sure why he chose... Oh, yeah, it's his last figure of the round, so that's why he's activating now. There is not a junk droid on the table for him to ping. Rob's actually running regular stormtroopers, which are really good for taking off pesky things like the junk droid. And Palpatine will order the Royal Guard champion to attack, but this one, a big whiff. 2 damage and a surge will be good for 3 damage. So, not quite what Joe wanted out of that attack. But then again, it was probably going to take 2 attacks to kill Shyla anyway, and it looks like Joe is getting initiative back next round, and without take initiative, that's a guarantee. So he should be able to finish Shyla off. And in fact, a brutality attack should be able to kill both Shyla and a stormtrooper. It's been a long time since I've seen a lot of these figures, so I have to refresh myself a little bit. Maul does have cleave 2. Not that there's a lot of cleave targets around, but unfortunately that 4 speed is just not a ton. He has a hard time getting in position to use that cleave 2. If he doesn't use it, he becomes focused, which is probably better than getting automatic cleave 2. But yeah, his main problem is his 4 speed. It's just easy to play around him. Basically what Joe should do is try to finish this Shyla off and then pull his Royal Guard champion into a position where Maul can't get to him so easily. And here comes the brutality attack. Not sure who he decided to attack first. This one's showing 3 and a surge going through if it's against Shyla, or 2 surges going through if it's against the... That one was against the Stormtrooper, luckily, because that wouldn't have finished Shyla off. And the Shyla attack, oh, 5 and a surge. So the surge gets canceled, but that's just enough to finish her off. A perfect roll there. Killing that Shyla. That's a huge swing. That's 8 points from Shyla and 2 from the Stormtrooper. And 2 figures off the board. They are playing on the Concealed Treasures mission, which is the mission where you can carry crates. Neither of these lists is built for objectives, I'd say. Rob's list has Stormtroopers which can carry them, but Joe's list really doesn't have much in the way of objective control. The junk droids cannot interact, so they can't pick up objectives. The Ugnaughts can, but that's kind of a waste of their actions, because then they wouldn't be putting junk droids down. So, and now where do you put the Grand Inquisitor? Because he doesn't want to stay within Maul range. And it looks like some command cards moving around here. Hit and run, so he's going to gain some movement points. I'm really curious what's in each command deck. I really have no idea what they're running because a lot of the typical cards are gone. We have some interesting traits. Droid, we do have smugglers, but I doubt he's running cards for the Ugnaughts. Force user, leader. Yeah, we are missing some crates in the middle. For some reason, the Vassal mod doesn't load these middle crates. It's probably not going to make a big difference on this game. Maul is coming in with jump jets, which still does not give him the speed he needs to get to Palpatine. This is going to be a really disappointing activation from Maul. The problem also is Palpatine can't order him to attack if he's not adjacent to anybody. Well, that's not true. Actually, where he's at, he is getting reach, so he is attacking Palpatine. So this is a reach attack. And Palpatine can also order him to attack with reach. So he's probably just going to cleave 2 onto this Ugnaught right here. And then he'll probably use Stalk Prey to move up 1. So his Palpatine can come order him to attack. Maybe? I don't know. Joe's Palpatine. Oh, that attack was actually against the Ugnaught? That's, okay. So that was a +1, Pierce 3, and he gets a power token, and he has 2 movement points. 3. That was 4 Pierce 3. He's going to use 4 Surge to finish this other Ugnaught off. But, well, he also is in range of the Royal Guard champion, and Rob does get to go first next round, guaranteed. So his Maul can go attack the Royal Guard champion next round. Then again, the Royal Guard champion is really hard to bring down with that black-white defense pool. Honestly, both of these players are going to have a hard time finishing off these big centerpiece figures because they only have a handful of attacks per round. And everybody's pretty spread out, so Rob is going to get an attack off with the Grand Inquisitor, and probably with Palpatine ordering the Grand Inquisitor to attack as well against the Royal Guard champion. So that's 2 attacks this round, and then next round, Maul or the Grand Inquisitor can get the first activation, or Palpatine, really. So there is a lot of damage coming. If that Grand Inquisitor didn't finish off Shyla just recently, this game would look very favorable for Rob. But as it is, it's looking pretty even. Initiative is such a big deal when take initiative is not an option. Just that guaranteed movement of the initiative token every round is like, if you activate a figure, you better be happy with where they're ending, because they're not moving. We have a question about the blue players. Palpatine, should he move or should he attack? Well, lightning or attack? Lightning's good because it also weakens the target, and weaken is pretty good against Maul. It's a guaranteed 3 damage and weaken. But Maul only has 5 health left. So technically, if you high rolled on Palpatine's attack, you could get the kill. So because of that, I'd say it would be better to tempt Maul to give him a damage token and then move up and attack, because that's a pretty good chance of finishing him off. So yeah, I would say if you have a chance at the kill, it's better to go for it. Just because that's such a big swing. And there's not really any point to leaving him with 1 health left. Not only that, but giving him a power token doesn't do anything, because even if he lives, he's only going to get to use that 1 power token probably. It's also really important to try to kill Maul after he's already activated in a round, because he does have his ability, Sustained by Rage, where if you haven't resolved an activation this round, you can't be defeated. So he's already activated this round, so this is a great time for Palpatine to try to finish him off. This probe droid actually did a lot of work. 2 yellows and a blue is pretty inconsistent. He does have the targeting computer to reroll, but 5 damage and a surge is really good from a probe droid. A regular one. That is you don't expect 5 damage to get pushed through usually with a probe. Rob still has... So this is really interesting. Rob is moving his Palpatine up to Force Lightning, and he's also going to get a reach attack with Maul. So interesting. Who got tempted? So there's 5 damage showing from Maul. So -1 block is 4. Oh, sorry, that's only 4 damage showing. I forgot. This is the automatic one. Wait, it should be 5 because he has a built-in +1. He used a power token plus he has a built-in +1, so that should be a dead probe droid unless I'm miscounting. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there should be one more. He did use the power token, I'm pretty sure. Really, the question for Rob is how does he plan to deal with this Grand Inquisitor? I guess just avoid him. I'm not sure if there's a time limit in this tournament, but if he doesn't kill the Grand Inquisitor, he's going to have a hard time getting to 40 points. So that was actually a double move to get that Maul attack off. I don't think they're reading, honestly, the messages I'm sending them. So, not sure if it's doing any good. I'm not sure what is happening now. Looks like the probe droid's doing something, maybe. Is this a yellow, yellow, blue is a probe droid attack, but Palpatine, I guess, his Palpatine is ordering the probe droid to attack Maul. Things are going to fall apart here for Robert, I think, because after his Maul dies, his presence on the board is just not to be seen. The Grand Inquisitor is not a great matchup against the Royal Guard champion. Although the Royal Guard champion only has 12 health, so yeah, we'll see. But if Joe can kill Robert's Palpatine, I think the list is in a lot of trouble. Because this Maul is dead. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm pretty sure that probe should have been dead. So I think there's some shenanigans going on here. But I'm not sure what's going on. I'm pretty sure that probe droid should have been dead. But I might have counted wrong. I don't know. Rob is getting initiative, which is huge with these lists, to be able to go first with Palpatine or the Grand Inquisitor. Honestly, if you're about to get initiative, you should probably be a little bit more aggressive. I'm not sure why he pulled his Palpatine so far back. And now the probe droid is getting movement points somehow. Oh, motivation, I guess. So that was an ordered attack. He could have moved up and used lightning, but that would be pretty risky. And now the Grand Inquisitor is going to come up and see what he can do against this Royal Guard champion, I guess. Interesting. Robert chooses to double move his Stormtrooper up instead of going for an objective. That's an interesting choice. Only 3 damage going through there, so... See, that's kind of the issue with the Royal Guard champion versus with the Grand Inquisitor versus the Royal Guard champion, is just the damage is not consistent enough. But luckily, Rob can activate his Palpatine first and at least weaken the Royal Guard champion, push 3 damage through with Force Lightning. Wow, against the odds, that's an interesting choice. So, Robert throws that down, which means the Stormtrooper, Royal Guard champion, Grand Inquisitor, and Palpatine are all now focused. So actually now that is a huge deal because Palpatine's going to move up 3, order the Grand Inquisitor to attack, and he can Force Lightning. So that's... Okay, I'm not sure. He needs to end adjacent because he wants to get his full attack off. Oh, wait, the Grand Inquisitor is using Force Lightning to stun the Royal Guard champion. 2 damage and a stun against the Royal Guard champion is huge. But honestly, he should move back next to him, because then Palpatine almost guarantees the kill by ordering an attack and then Force Lightning. And if Robert can finish off the Royal Guard champion before it does anything, that is a huge swing. So at 7 health, he has 6 life remaining. So Force Lightning plus a Tempt is not enough. That would do 4 damage. And he'd have 2 left. If the Royal Guard champion can cleave with his Force Throw, that might be able to do it. Because he does have Cleave 3. He's actually just going to go ahead and activate first. Keep in mind that Joe has motivation. Well, actually, that wouldn't work on the Royal Guard champion. So, never mind. Okay, yellow, yellow, blue. What is that attack? What exactly is happening right now? How's the probe droid going? The probe droid is attacking, but I'm not sure how. As far as I know, it was not his turn. Pretty sure he already attacked this round. And that was against the Stormtrooper, and it actually doesn't even finish him off. Joe choosing to block off his Palpatine with the probe droid. Rob can still get to it just by moving up a space, but he really wants to get that Cleave 3 off, I think. Wait, did the Grand Inquisitor not attack? What? Did he move up and not attack? Did I miss? Wait. The Grand Inquisitor is exhausted. He moved up. I didn't see him was... Oh, Force Lightning. That was an action. Wait. He should have activated twice in a row. It should have been Grand Inquisitor moves up, Force Lightnings, and then he gets another activation, right? Because he was getting initiative. Am I crazy? Grand Inquisitor moves Q17 to L13. Q17. Q17 to L13. Okay. I feel like I missed something. All he did was, alright, so he moved, and then he played against the odds. So all he did was move? He didn't attack there? He moved, and then he played against the odds, which is not an action, as far as I know. And then he Force Lightninged and moved some more. One, two, three, four, five. Man, I don't know what happened, but I feel like I missed something really important. And the initiative token should have been moved as well. I really am not sure. But this is the hijinks we get in the No Top 16 tournament. Alright, so here comes Palpatine to lay down some smackdown. Grand Inquisitor will get an attack off. I don't know who has initiative or what. Rob should have had initiative. And I think he did. So Palpatine can Force Lightning from 4 spaces away, so that does push another damage onto the Grand Inquisitor, or sorry, the Royal Guard champion. So a focused attack from the Grand Inquisitor should have a chance to get the kill. So Palpatine should definitely order that attack. So but Palpatine has 7 health left, so it's pretty unrealistic to get the kill with the Grand Inquisitor against Palpatine. So, is the Grand Inquisitor gonna attack, or? He's going to move the Grand Inquisitor back. Maybe. Oh, you know what? Lightsaber throw is a special action, so Palpatine cannot order a ranged attack with the Grand Inquisitor. But Field Tactician is an action. And this Palpatine moved and Force Lightning, so he didn't have an extra action. Right? I don't think he did. Move, Force Lightning is 2 actions. Robert is definitely not getting the maximum value out of his pieces. Palpatine needs to be ordering somebody to attack. And I don't think Maul got any good ordered attacks off. And the Grand Inquisitor doesn't seem like he's making up his value. But then again, the Royal Guard champion only has 6 health left. I think it's got 13 total health. Yep. So if that thing dies, this thing could totally swing. Yeah, actually, I'm not. So Joe still has Palpatine to activate, who can tempt the Stormtrooper to death. He can weaken the Grand Inquisitor with the Force Lightning. And I don't know, he could move up to prepare for a attack Force Lightning or something. I'm pretty sure Joe gets initiative back. So what he can do is Force Lightning Palpatine, tempt the Stormtrooper to death, and move up 3. And then next turn, he can attack with his power token and also Force Lightning. So that would almost guarantee that kill. I think that's probably his best bet of getting the most damage out. Looks like instead he's going to attempt the Grand Inquisitor. Oh, he. Alright, so he tempted and Force Lightning to the Grand Inquisitor. If he's getting initiative back, he should move up. He's also going to order the Grand Inquisitor to move up too. Sorry, to move up a bunch. And then the Grand Inquisitor gets an attack. Actually, this is a lot more value than what I said. Field Tactician is really setting up a good activation for this Palpatine. So this is a big attack now for the Grand Inquisitor. Red, yellow, green, and some good surges. Oh, sorry, keep mixing up the Royal Guard Champion and Grand Inquisitor. For some reason their names sound similar to me. They're very grand, royal. So 1, 2, 3, and a surge going through. So that's 2 plus 2, 4 damage. The Grand Inquisitor actually is pretty decent defensively because he has an ability called Defensive where if he doesn't roll a block, he gets a block. And he also has 15 health. So pretty far away from bringing him down. It's going to take at least another attack and another Force Lightning. And even that might not be enough. Man, what a slaughterfest this game has been. Did I miscount the damage? It looks like 4 went. It looked like 5 went through there when only. Oh, he's weakened, so Pierce 2 goes through as well. So yeah, 5 goes through. So actually, yeah, if Joe's Palp goes first, that's a pretty good chance to finish off the Grand Inquisitor. And in fact, if he can do it without using his Force Lightning, he has 2 free actions to Force Lightning Rob's Palpatine and then run away. Actually, he is going to activate the Royal Guard Champion first. And pummel. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Minus 1 is 5, so he just missed it there. If he had activated Palpatine first, that would have been a kill. And Force Illusion comes out. And that'll do it. A big loss there for Rob, but you know, it's not over by any means. His Palpatine still gets to go, and he's going to roll red, green, green, Pierce 3 at Joe's Palp. So that's I mean, that's a maximum of 8 damage. He needs to do 7 to get the kill. So if he tempts and does that roll, he only needs to roll 6. That's totally possible, so he should probably go for that. Plus, he's getting initiative back. So, yeah, he needs to land this kill. and he has hit and run, which is going to set up a force lightning and an attack against the Grand Inquisitor if he gets the kill. That is 5, 6, 7. Pierce 3. The only thing that would have saved him is the evade. So enough damage coming through, and that will end Palpatine. And now Rob is in a comfortable position. All he needs to do is 6 damage to the Grand Inquisitor, and that'll be game. So, man, this game coming down to all kills. Palpatine versus the Grand Inquisitor, and I believe with initiative, Palpatine definitely has the advantage. Tempt, Force Lightning, and an attack. As long as there's no dodges, that should easily be enough for 6 damage. The attack only has to do, well, let's see. So 4 damage from the Tempt and the Force Lightning, so that'll put him at 11. So he only needs to do a 2 damage attack. Pretty high odds for Red-Green Pierce 3. The only thing that can save Joe is the dodge. So a lot of use coming out from hit and run and field tactician. And these initiative swings are just crazy. Honestly, a lot of people complain about take initiative and negation being auto includes, but if this is the alternative where you can just throw yourself at your enemy and you know that you're getting initiative, I honestly like the auto includes better because it makes people play a little bit more mindfully of maybe I won't have initiative, and I prefer that. So here it comes. Honestly, even if the dodge does come out, the Grand Inquisitor is going to die in 2 turns just to tempt. So even if this does get dodged, I think Rob still has a really decent shot of winning the game. And the dodge does come out. But like I said, I don't think it's over. There also is a Imperial Force User card that negates a dodge, so maybe Rob's playing that. He does have a lot of Force Users. What's it called? Deadly Precise or something? But it doesn't look like he's in a rush to reveal any cards, so maybe he's not playing it. But, the Grand Inquisitor has 2 chances. Oh, and he has another pummel. That's really unfortunate. He is weakened, though, so both of the attacks are going to be weakened. He probably should have saved his pummel for next round, to be honest, because then he wouldn't have been weakened. This is only 1 damage going through. And a mitigate pops out for a reroll of the green, presumably. Yep, but nothing doing. Probably should have rerolled the yellow, to be honest, because there are a lot better outcomes if you roll some extra surges. So he just rerolled that die twice, which is illegal. I think he maybe... I don't know why he did that. Frustration reroll, maybe. And then here comes another weakened attack. Much better that time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Minus 1 is 6. But yeah, he should have just done a regular attack here and then done 2 non-weakened attacks next round since he's getting initiative. That would have given him a little bit better odds. I'm pretty sure he already used a pummel, so I don't think he has another one. Unless he has some better action to use next turn. That would have been a little bit better. So yeah, this is his last chance. If he doesn't kill Palpatine, the game's over because Palpatine guarantees the kill with 2 temps. So even if he double moves away, he's still gonna die. Start of next round. So he needs to get the kill. He can't run. Palpatine has 5 health left. Not a guarantee. It's like a 50-50. It's a coin toss. Here it comes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Needs to be 2 blocks. And it's not 2 blocks, so that'll get the kill. Perfectly got the kill. Wow, and that's how the game's going to end. Unless he has some kind of block command card. 3, 4, 5, 6. -1 is 5, so that'll do it. Man, what a rough game, just pounding your figures into each other. This no top 16 is some craziness. Really interesting lists from both of these guys. And I really liked some of the command card plays, especially with things like hit and run and the leader order movement card. There was one point in the game that really confused me. It seemed like the Grand Inquisitor had an activation where he wasted an action. So maybe if these guys watch this stream, they can let me know what went on there. I would really like to have that figured out. But other than that, it seemed like a really good game. No objective play at all, which is crazy. But, I mean, when you're running a bunch of expensive Force users, you can't really go for objectives. You have to get those kills. So, anyway, good job on this game, guys. Thanks for letting me stream you. And I'll catch you all later.